Hello, hello. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. So today basically we're going to learn how to we're going to look at the setups that we are seeing on gas, natural gas. I'm referring to this gas. I'm referring to natural gas. So today basically we're just going to look at the setups that you have to look at, some of the levels where you should be expecting trades. We'll start off with the monthly chart, and then we'll move to chart daily, and then we'll move to 4 hours. Then if time allows us, we'll look at the 1 hour chart. So this is the monthly chart. So far natural gas tends to move the same way as the other, but this time there's some difference. As you can see, while crude oil was downwards, you can see that gas actually gained a lot of. There was this decline, it dropped the same way Brent was falling. It also dropped the same way WTI was dropping, but then last month there was this big move to the upper side. So let's see exactly what we expect to be happening in the near future. So the first thing I'll do, I'll minimize this to be able to see widely whatever's happening, and I'm going to pick this as the swing high, and then I'm going to pick this as the swing low. Then I'll use the fib levels to see exactly where we expect price to pull back up to. So as it is now, as we are seeing on this chart, based with the, if I look at the fib levels, we had a swing high there, and then we have the swing low there. So simply what this means, that the price does not continue to the lower side. That if the price does not break below the previous month's, then first of all we expect price to pull back up to this point, is the 23.6%, where if it goes above, we expect it to proceed much higher up to this point, and if it breaks beyond this level, then it will go up to the 50.0% fib level. So if it fails to break beyond this level, expect it to go to the lower side. So if it does not break above 50.0% fib level, then that would mean we are still downwards. But if it goes above this level, above the neutral level, which is 50.00%, we expect it to proceed much higher, more up to the swing high. So let's see what we have. We have a trend line here. This is a good support. Had a trend line there. Then we had also a trend line from the top. So this is a monthly chart. Yeah, we had a resistance around this point. We had a resistance around this point, and then we had a resistance around this point. Then there's a support here. We had support there, and then we had a support So as you can see, if you just trade purely based on the trend lines which I've just, you're supposed to see that we still expect price to continue to the losses. So basically, despite the fact that the fib levels are actually giving us the possibility the price may head to the upper side, based on the trend lines we have, we are likely to see price continue down up to this point and then proceed to the upper side, which means we expect some support here. So if you want to trade purely based on the trend lines which I've just drawn, expect price to come back up to this point. This is on the monthly chart. If you want to make money trading natural gas, you're still supposed to look for sell positions. So basically, the move which you saw to the upper side, this one, could be a retracement and may push price only up to this point. We've reached that level, but the price has not gone beyond it. So around 2.157 is a very good place you want to sell from. Expect that sell to take price up support. It's the correct place you want to pick a buy from. So now expect a continuation to the lower side up to this level, where if it bounces off, we do expect a move up to this resistance. So if the price breaks beyond this level, that is, if the price successfully goes above the upper trend line, would mean we are continuing to the upper side. So this is my view on the monthly charts. Let's look at what we expect to be happening on the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, this is what we have. So we do expect almost the same thing that we have seen on the monthly to be happening on the weekly, because they are almost the same time. So this, according to the monthly, we have, I'll minimize this, minimize it. So if you check the weekly chart, the same trend line still applies here, and then from the bottom it still applies. So this was a resistance previously. This is a resistance previously, and this is a resistance. Then we still have the same thing, the same place being a resistance here, here, and then we have also, a support. Then we have a support here. So if you are looking at the weekly chart, you actually supposed to have taken a buy. With expect that buy to take price up to this point. So basically, we are into a buy which we took previously, the one we took while the price was here. We do expect that buy to take price up to this resistance. So if the price fails to break beyond this level, this is still a good place to sell from. This is still a very good place where you actually want to form. Didn't buy here, wait for a sell from the top. That's the way. So if you didn't buy it here while the price was around this point, expect this move to proceed up to this point, where you are supposed to look for a sell. And in case the price does not sell off from this point, expect a continuation to the upper side. So as it is now, we are basically focused on a sell. We want price to give us a good place to sell from, to buy from. So I'll expand this chart so that we see if it makes sense on a higher time frame. If you expand it, there are certain levels here which are also very significant. If you don't look at them, we'll be doing nothing. So there was a shape here. There's a converging wedge formation. We had some shape here. This is a very good shape. These are some of the few things which as a trader you have to look for, and what they simply tell you is either the price is continuing in that direction or a reversal. So when this happened, when the price was up and then it begins to consolidate within some shape, then the price breaks beyond that shape, that was a very good sign that we are continuing to that direction. And when the opposite happened, when the price went below, retraced back, this is also a very good sign that we are continuing to the lower side. So as it is now, there's also some shape here. This some shape. It may only be visible unless it's some shape. What this means, we are either continuing downwards or we expect a reversal. So there's this big move down, then all of a sudden we are seeing this shape being formed. So should the price break below that shape, and if the price break above the same shape, that would mean you are continuing the upside. So let's see. I will want to look at what happened to the daily chart. The daily chart, let's see what we have there. So on the daily chart, this is what we have. The shape which we saw on the monthly, on the weekly, this is how it looks on the daily chart. We have that, and then you have that line from the bottom. So this is a resistance here, a resistance there. We have a resistance here, and then we have a resistance here, and we had a support previously. Had a support. We had a support here, and then we had a support there. So what if you are trading purely based on the daily chart? You are supposed to expect a continuation to the upper side, expect price to proceed much higher, maybe up to this level, up to this trend line here, or expect price to return up to the same trend line, so that you pick a buy when the price reaches this point. So basically this should be the correct place to buy from. If you are on this chart now, expect price to retrace back down up to this point, pick a buy from this point up to this resistance. So this according to the daily chart, which means if you were seeing on the monthly, on the weekly where we expect a buy, on the monthly we are possible move further to the lower side before. So you can be able to put these time frames together because they are basically just saying the same thing. If we have monthly, it means that even on the weekly we do expect that sell to take place, then on the daily we do expect that short-term sell. There should be that buy. We also expect a buy ultimately, then we expect a buy also here ultimately. See, with the same chart on the 4 hours, the same symbol on the 4 hours chart. So on the 4 hours, we have to draw the same trend that we had on the daily. Actually, this is not as clear it should be. We have to draw this there, and then also draw one. So expect price to come back up to this point, to this resistance, where if it sells off, this should be a sell up to the next level. So this is a resistance. If this does not happen, that is if the price does not come back to this point, expect it to retrace back down before you can pick a buy position. So basically this is what we on gas, natural gas. We have drawn so far. If you can remember, we have lines on the monthly chart, and we also have trend on the weekly chart, and then we also have trend lines on the daily chart, and just now trend lines on the 4 hours chart. So we want price to get to this levels. If the price can come back to any of them, that will give us the correct place we want to pick a buy from. So basically that's outlook for gas. Overall, from the monthly we do expect some move downwards, and then from the weekly expect a move to the upper side ultimately, and then on the daily we expect either retracement or a continuation to the upper side, and then on the 4 hours with this retracement